What's going on, guys? Snaggy here, and it's time to preview some international footy. The Kangaroos versus Tonga. How good is that going to be, guys? Absolutely cannot wait for this one. You thought you got rid of me, but we've still got games on. We've still got games on, guys. Now, I'm one of these weird people. I actually really love the international game. I fell in love with it a long time ago, just because I love watching players play together that we don't really ever get to watch play together a whole heap. So I actually fell in love with it. I can't remember the exact year, but it would have been around 2005. Darren Lockyer and Andrew Johns in the same team. Like, it was just silly. It was so silly. It was actually a really stacked Kiwi team they played, and there was a lot of chat around it. I think that Kiwi team won the World Cup a couple of years later. The very good Kiwi team. They were really strong at the time, and Aussies put 50 on them. It was crazy. And there was people saying, it was actually not the Kiwis being bad. It was just an absolute masterpiece from the Aussie Kangaroos. So I've always loved it. And even this year, I was sitting there going, oh man, Cam Munster and Cleary played together at the end of the year. How good's that going to be? And they're both looking relatively fit. And then obviously, Cleary had his problems, but I thought he might have been good enough to go. But then it came out he needed surgery and stuff. So wasn't a B, lads, but we've still got a stacked game, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. And I can't wait, guys. So we'll get into this one, guys. We'll have a little look at the team list. We'll have a look at some punts, and we'll just tip our winners and just have a bit of fun with it. You know, same old. I'm just stoked to be talking about rugby league again. I actually didn't realise the grand final wasn't that long ago, man. It really wasn't. And I think that's one of the reasons. There's been a bit of chat. Oh, why isn't there much hype around the international game and stuff? And there just never is a whole heap of it. But this is my opinion. The grand final, we're getting over it. Like, you know what I mean? There's still like chat about the grand final going on. There's still the hangover from that, and we've just endured 30-something weeks of rugby league. But also, to me, the main thing is, like I heard Vossi and a couple others talking about it. They're like, why isn't it? You guys haven't hyped up the game. You're the broadcasters. Hype the game up to us, man. Do some content. Get some bits, do stuff. Like, I haven't seen any content. I saw one piece of content on like Channel 9 or something when their Aussie team was, helping out some youth kids on a beach. Like, that's not getting me amped for the game, man. Like, that's not getting me amped for the game, So it's their job to get it promoted, and they're the ones going, why isn't it? Well, I haven't literally seen any content on it. Like, if I didn't watch TV, I wouldn't know it's on. Oh no, I would, but you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. But yeah, it's. I honestly think the international game is going to blow up, but it needs to be rejigged a bit. And I really think this World Cup in Australia, is it next year or the year after? I think that's going to be huge. That's going to be huge. And I think we need to get Samoa versus Tonga playing each other more, man, because that is awesome to watch. And obviously you can see here, guys, what I've been searching up lately. Always my cookies. You can always see what I've been looking at buying this week. Got to get my son some new footy boots this weekend, guys. I'm going with these. Ones. It's either these or the Menaces. But these are made out of kangaroo leather, so we're going them. Got a bit of kangaroo leather. All right, guys, so we'll go team list, and we'll try and break this down. We'll do... I'm not... Just on the punt, guys. You guys know I punt mostly on Dabble. And if you do want to follow me on Dabble or my punts, we're doing real good in the NBA, in the NFL at the moment. And we have NBA kicking off soon. So if you do want to follow us on Dabble, guys, I'll leave a link in the description. But for this game, Dabble wouldn't let me combo try scorers and stuff like that, so I'll probably chuck them on Sportsbet. I've got the tab up. I'll show you what I'm looking at, guys. So we'll do that, and we're going to have to go through these team lists, and because there hasn't been much content on this game, we're going to have to try and guess who's playing where and what side. So let's get into that right now. So backline, we've got Dylan Edwards, Xavier Coates, Hamiso, Travojevic, Lomax, Dearden, Moses, and then we have Hopewadi, Tupou, Suli, Paul Adamotti, Katoa, Lolia, is that how you say his name? And Katoa as well. Now, let's do the Aussie team first. We're going to have to guess here. Xavier Coates, normally left wing. Zach Lomax, normally right wing. So we can probably lock that in. Then we have Tom Travojevic, who isn't a centre, and Hamiso, who isn't a centre. Now, from memory, I haven't gone back and watched many games. When Tom does play in the centres, he plays left. And if any of what I'm saying in the next minute or so is wrong, let me know in the comments, guys. I'm not 100% sure on this. And Hamaso, from memory, played State of Origins on the left as well, right? Or was he on the right-hand side? But I'm not 100% sure on that. If I had to guess, I would say Tom would be left. Tom would play left and Hammer would play right. But again, just to guess, guys, I'm not 100% sure. So then we got Hopewadi, Tupou, normally left. So that would mean he would be up against Zach Lomax. So even though Zach Lomax is crazy in the air, Tupou pretty crazy in the air as well. So I was thinking Zach Lomax for a try immediately, but now I'm like, he's on Tupou. I'm like, maybe not. And then that means Katoa will be on the other side against Xavier Coates. So definitely an aerial threat there in the Kangaroos' favour. Then we have Sully and Moses Sully and Paul Alamotti now. Paul Alamotti for Penrith played left centre in the grand final anyway. I can't remember if he played there all year. I wasn't going to go back and check every game he played this year, but because I remember they did switch To'o and this and that. But in the grand final, at least, he was the left centre for the Penrith Panthers. And I was trying to remember where Moses Sully played, and I thought it was left as well. So would he go right and they keep Paul Alamotti there? I'm not too sure either. So the centres are going to be a little bit hard because we're not 100% sure who's going to play what sides. Again, guys, if you can help me out here, that'd be awesome. Personally, I'm probably just not going to touch the centres just in case. We don't know. We know where the wingers are going to be. We know where the second rows are going to be. We know where the fullbacks are going to be. I'm not too sure about the matchups in the centres, guys. So I'll probably avoid these like the plague, even though Hamaso and Turbo are great options for try scorers. So then we'll go to the front row, to the forwards, guys. So big Patrick Carrigan. He's starting a front row against the Tongans. Bruh. Good luck. Harry Grant, Lindsay Collins, Angus Crichton, Cam Murray, Isaiah Yo. We have AFB. I did a TikTok video on this a long time ago. I had been calling Adam Fanua-Blake for like 3 years and no one corrected me. I don't know if everyone else thought it was Adam as well. Or Adam sounded like I was saying Adam. But yeah, it's Adam Fanua-Blake or AFB. The Tongan Thor Havili. I don't think I've ever seen this dude get put on his back. He's an absolute powerhouse. Felice Kafusi, Ola Kawatu, Katoa, and Jason Taumalolo. Shout out to Jason Taumalolo, by the way. What a legend, man. He really, really sparked this whole Islanders playing for their countries thing. Him and Fafita. You got to love it, man. What an absolute legend. Now, so we're going to go, all right, so obviously the front row's just playing in the middle. Angus Crichton left, Ola Kawatu right. So these guys should be matching up against each other. What a matchup that's going to be, which means Cam Murray on Katoa. I don't mind Katoa for one on Cam Murray. Not that Katoa's like better than Cam Murray or anything, but, you know, just playing slightly out of position against a guy that's been drilled in that position for a long time. Definitely could be some space there for Katoa if it's played right, but I probably wouldn't take it just because, I mean, like, halves, can they get him the ball in the right position? You know, all that sort of stuff. So, and then we have Isaiah Yo and Taumalolo facing off in the middle. There, obviously, Isaiah Yo, at this stage in Taumalolo's career, thoroughly has him covered. Bench, Burton, Barnett, Cotter, Hudson Young. That's a nice bench. Not a ton of size, but you got cover in the back line with Matt Burton. You've got an X factor in Burton. Barnett can cover an edge or the middle. Ruben Cotter can do the same. Hudson Young, more of an edge player, but, you know, if in a pinch, you could probably push him out to the centre. So lots of coverage. I like it. Then we have Sonny Luke covering. I actually really like that. So you got Big Havili for the first 20 minutes. Bring Sonny Luke on after. Give him a bit of a break. Satili Tupanua, Paseka, Kulamataki. It's a good team. It's a really, really good team. I love it. I actually really like it. Obviously, not perfect, but it's great. Like, it's just probably just the halves that's lacking. Like, let's say you just chucked Nathan Cleary in this Tongan team, all of a sudden you've got a problem. Australia's got a problem, you know. So it's good, man. It's not. I don't think this is as one-sided as everyone thinks it's going to be. I think we could have some. We'll just see if we've got any match. No, we don't. I was just seeing if there's any match insights there about, Tonga versus thing and how they've performed against each other and stuff. But look, as far as punts goes, try scorers, man, I'm looking at, like I just sort of mentioned, I'm not 100% sold. So we're just going on theories here because, if you've watched my videos in the past, we use a lot of data and because we see these guys play week in, week out. We don't really know what we're going to get. But as far as try scorers go, just because Tom Dearden plays left, Mitchell Moses swings left and right, and then you've got Angus Crichton, who's just absolutely been murdering it lately, and, Ola Kawatu's a beast, but doesn't have the best lateral movement. He's a huge man. I feel like they're going to play left a lot more. That's just my feeling. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I feel like Aussies are going to go left. Crichton, you've got the kick targets out there. Whether it is, I have a feeling it's going to be Turbo. Angus Crichton, Turbo, Xavier Coates, Mitch Moses, and Dearden swinging around. It's scary. That's where I see the ball going. So, looking left, I was thinking about going to get some value. Sorry, guys. Now, I originally put down singles on Dabble and I just went Xavier Coates, which I got much better value on Dabble, by the way. I got this at nearly $1.95, I believe, or $1.80 something. And then I got, and then I liked Angus Crichton as well for some value. Put them together. If we put these two together, oh, you guys can't see it on your screen. Let me just lift this up a little bit. We get $5, which is okay. But so that's Hamaso, Xavier Coates, and where do you go? Angus Crichton, $4.33. It's okay, but not great. It's not great. What I was thinking about actually doing though is Xavier Coates first, second, or third. We put that in, and then we put Angus Crichton in. Boom! All of a sudden that comes to $9.25. I like that. I like that a lot, guys. There's a very good chance these two guys score. Just that extra little bit of risk of first, second, or third for Xavier. I think it could be a goer, guys. It's $9.20. It's worth. I mean, if you're a smaller punter, $20. It's pretty good value. Like, it's a pretty solid payout for two guys that are probably going to score. Like I said, what I try and do on the punt, guys, when I'm just guessing like this, like, you know what I mean. All punters guessing, but when we don't have as much, I'll just try and visualise how the game I think is going to play out. I see the ball going left a lot. I see a lot of strike on that side. If the ball's going left likely, I like to pick try scorers in and around that. So, I don't know if does Sportsbet have any third legs to get your money back. You could chuck a third leg in there to get your money back or whatever if they have one of those options too, but I like that. I actually really, really like it. Now, as far as the game goes, there's just, like I said, there just isn't many markets for this game. Like, with the NRL, there's just so many markets. But as far as the game goes, like I said, I just visualise the game. This is how I think the game's going to go. I like this Aussie team. I don't think it's that good, though. Like, I'll just be real. Like, let's try and find the few weaknesses there are. We've got guys playing out of position. We've got a half who's hasn't played since June. Gun, but hasn't played since June. We've got a lock in the front row. We've got Isaiah Yeo, as awesome as he is. Like, no one nut rides Isaiah Yeo harder than me. He does do his best work at Penrith, in that Penrith not system. That's the wrong word. I hate that when they go, he's only good because of the system. He's not. He's good because he's the players around him. Like, if Nathan Cleary was in this team, I'd be like, sweet. If Mitch Kenny was delivering the ball when he wants it, I'd be sweet. If it's more that, it's not so much. It's just gelling, It's not when you train with someone week in, week out for 9 years, you know where they're going to be. So it's just that sort of stuff. Mitch Kenny would just know when to get Isaiah Yeo the ball, and when whereas Harry Grant, even though Harry Grant's better, maybe he doesn't hit him and he goes left instead of right, or Isaiah spots something, someone calls, but Mitch Moses overcalls him, so he goes that way. When you know what I'm saying, guys. So, like I said, awesome team, but it's not unbeatable. So I actually like Tonga to keep this close. for about 40 minutes. I think they can match them physicality-wise. They've still got tons of talent in this team. They've still got plenty of guys that can score tries if they get half opportunities. Where I think Australia will come over the top is later in the game. We saw it in the Prime Minister's 13, is it? Against PNG. That PNG will win it. Like, they were on top. Like, they could... These top teams now, those top four, they can match the top teams. It's just, can they match them for 80? I don't think they can. So a few things I like is I wouldn't take Tonga to cover that 16.5. I think the margin there for Tonga to cover is 16.5. I think that's a little too. Where is it? Sorry guys, I don't use sports bet on this bloody thing too much, but I think it's 16.5. Or 18.5, 15.5 to get. Okay, so I don't like that. Like, I genuinely think Australia can win by 3 tries pretty comfortably. But I did see one where it's plus 18. You got about $1.18.5. I think about $1.70. I don't mind that. Like, I think they could keep it within 3 tries. 4 tries or 4 scores. That's definitely a chance. And the other one I like too, I do like Tonga to score in the first half, to score points in the first half. Again, I couldn't find that market in many places, but I know when we bet in NRL, just a try in the first half to an underdog team, if is usually pretty good value. You know, like I think there's a very good chance Tonga could score a try or 2 in the first half. I just do. And then, like I said, I think Australia kicks it on in the second half. So I probably like Tonga for a try in the first half, Australia for 2 or more tries in the second half. I really like that as well. Yeah, that's where I think Australia will be just a little too classy. Mitchell Moses just, doing all the stuff a really good halfback does, kicking to corners, all that sort of stuff. I think they'll get the job there. So take Australia. I'll probably take them 13 plus, but I do like Tonga to keep it relatively close. I had a look at, obviously you can check the feeds and all that sort of stuff. A lot of people putting money on Tonga. A lot of people putting money on Tonga. I wouldn't go that far, but I'm telling you, Tonga can win this game, man. This Australian team isn't, and that's what I think they're saying. They're like, damn, but one thing we always do when when Australia plays these Pacific countries is we look at the team and we go, damn, that's a team. But then you look at the halves. Like, people forget. Like, people go, oh, why do the halves get all the accolades? And then we get to like this and you go, oh, that's why. Like, literally, we've seen it a million times, like Samoa or Tonga or New Zealand even. 1 to 5, stacked. 8 to 17, stacked. 6 and 7, meh. Or 6, 7, 9, meh. Get blown out. You know what I mean? It's so important, man. Your halves are so important, and that's why they do get a lot of these accolades. So, having said that, man, this Katoa kid, he's a gun. I was so impressed with him throughout the year. I really was. I really, really was. I think he's going to be a top shelf guy. I mean, he came through that Penrith system, and Dolphins are doing really good stuff with him up there. He just needs a real good dance partner, and I think they're going to be a problem. Like, I hadn't thought of this, but I think if you put there's a couple guys on the market now. If you put Wishart or Trindle in that Dolphins team to just be a running 6 that can take over and, do a lot of the other stuff, so Katoa can just do what a halfback does. I think the Dolphins become serious contenders. Hey, I really do. They had a bit of trouble with that number 6 position, but I really like Katoa. I think he's like Tonga. That's like we just mentioned before. Tonga have always sort of had that shit, no problem in the forwards, talent all over the park, but a good halves combination. It's really hard to get together, and yeah, we'll have to see. I don't even know who's this low high guy play for. Don't even know. Auckland, New Zealand. Okay, he's from the Tigers. Don't know him. Don't know him. But yeah, look, guys, I'm excited. Look, obviously the next game I'm much more excited for. So next week we have week 2. We have The Kiwis versus Australia. That's going to be huge. Where is that? Oh, it's in Christchurch. Oh, that's right. It's sold out. That's going to be sick. And there's my daughter's shoes I'm buying. God damn, those cookies are hectic. She wanted the Sabrinas. So yeah, that is going to be absolutely awesome. I can't wait for that one. That's going to be really, really good. There's no team list out for that yet, obviously. We've got team stats. Man, it's so funny betting on this. I bet on the Kiwis to win this game. And I bet on Australia to win this game. Idiot. Because Australia rolled out a relatively, not understrength, but, not a super strong team. Rolled the Kiwis. Oh, well, if they rolled out an understrength team and now they're rolling out their full strength team, surely they pumped the Kiwis. Nah. Jeez. Oh, you got to love gambling sometimes. But, look, guys, that's it, man. So I'm taking Australia, take them 13 plus. Crichton, Xavier Coates for tries. And if you can find the option, Tonga to score a try in the first half, Australia for 2 or more in the second half. Absolutely love it, guys. Put them together, see what you come up with. If you do have any picks you'd want me to have a look at or whatever, drop them in the comments, guys. If you do want to chat, make sure you check out our Discord and everything as well. I'll put all the links for our Discord and everything in the comments, in the description of this video, guys. And we will be back next week to break down the Australia versus New Zealand game, because I'm really excited for that. That's going to be a good game, man, and I can't wait to see that one. That is going to be sick. Kiwi crowds, sold out. It's going to be skits. Bring it on. Can't wait, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.